This month in EnviroTube, we're visiting Megan Halcroft. Megan has a PhD in studying Ostroplebia, a stingless native bee that doesn't occur in Sydney but is a bit more north. Today we're picking up habitats made by Megan to try and encourage people's knowledge of solitary bees and get them to connect with solitary bees.
There's been very little research done on our Australian native bees.
Now I had an idea of what if I set this up and had half of them occupied. What if I moved half of them and gave them to someone who, say, didn't have any blue-banded bees?
Okay, so that's okay if you can be sure, if you were going to do that, you could give them to people who are within a couple of suburbs of each other and be fairly sure that you're not going to compromise the ecological balance of an area, because species are specific to an area. And so if you've got, say, 5 species in one area, but not this other species, and you then introduce species 6, species 6 actually might be able to dominate over these indigenous species, and then it can actually become a pest.
Right.
And it might not have been in that area for a specific reason. It may have sort of been climate restricted or something like that, but because you've then introduced it, it will become...
Because I was imagining maybe you could sell tomato seedlings and a blue-banded bee habitat.
You could. The problem with the blue-banded bee habitat is they live in aggregations. You can't just sort of give somebody one of these.
But why can't you give someone one of those?
Because they're not going to be happy. They will probably move away because they like to live in big areas.
What if you gave 5 or 6 of them?
Yep, that'd be fine. Yep.
But
or
see,
you could give one that's got
a
habitat,
lot of holes,
and then you could give them the empty blocks as
well.
well.
See this one here, just say if we had the 6 holes filled,
Yep.
Would that be an aggregation?
I don't think so. I haven't done much research on these. It's just been what I've seen.
Yes.
But Anne Dolan said that they prefer to have quite a large, like normally they would live on a riverbank, along the riverbank.
Oh,
so
right,
it's
okay.
large areas. They prefer to live in large areas because it's safety in numbers.
Yes.
So the bigger the aggregation, the
safer
less
they are.
likely you are to get picked off by a predator because you've got all these other people,
Yes.
all these other bees to get picked off first.
Yes.
And same with the the teddy bear bees. They live in aggregations, but within the ground, not in sort of walls of...
Well, I just think this is like a real garden, sort of like almost sculpture, and I'd like to see a lot of gardens with them.
Join the club.